hot. It's hot in your office.
I'm freezing.
It's hot in here.
It's hot. So hot in here. I wanted to make sure to get your little owl in here. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I would say that. All right.
It's my owl.
What do you want to talk about? Stop touching things. Oh, speaking of.
Hey, pot, I'm Kettle.
Right, that's what I meant. Pot, this is Kettle coming over. So, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm going to check our audio. You can keep talking.
All right. Thank you. I get that very rarely. I appreciate that. Is this a trick of some sort?
No, this is an invitation.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I can do that. I can talk about, let's see, what's the topic? Oh, myself. Yeah, well, I can do that. I can hear myself. Let's see what's the topic.
Oh, we were getting a little feedback. All right, cool. Hey, what's going on?
One time I was binging on you and I on morning meeting on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so I had like 4 tabs open at the same time. And I didn't realize they were all playing. And I was hearing you have 4 conversations at once. And it blew my mind.
Something I could probably do now without any help from anyone else.
Right, yes, you probably could. I do that. I walk around my house and talk to myself all the time.
Me too. It's fun. It's a good time.
And it's fun.
So how has your life been? We haven't been here in a while.
No, and I want to take some responsibility for that. How about all of it?
I think it's mutual responsibility. Well, I think it's more you than me, but I will still take some responsibility for it, so you don't have to shoulder all the blame.
Thank you. I'm not a good blame shoulderer, but I'm a good albatross around my neck wearer. Do you see all these? I wear them everywhere I go. They're my failures.
Oh, Lord.
I'm all right. I'm better. I drove past our friend Ashley's house last night for the first time.
How'd it make you feel?
I didn't feel anything. And that made me feel nothing, too.
That checks out. I didn't feel anything either. I went and saw
oh, yeah.
I went to an open house right by her house where I looked out my window and I could see her house from the window. Yeah, this place isn't it.
Yeah.
And also just kind of felt womp womp.
Yeah, I passed it. I didn't even see it. I didn't even notice it. And because I looked too late, and there's a couple of 4 families that look kind of the same, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going back. Not because of anything bad, just because there wasn't anything, there was no energy there. And I thought, there would have been energy there for me 2 months ago, and 8 months ago, I would have been like, oh my God, she's here. But now, ever since I had that conversation with my therapist stopped showing up for therapy. The last
That's your job.
I know, and I do it. 3 out of the last 4 times I've shown up. He's not here. So.
Did you guys have an appointment scheduled?
Yeah. No, I just drop in. Yes.
I mean, sometimes you do.
We have an appointment scheduled. What were we talking about before that, though?
Driving by Ashley's house?
Oh, yeah. And so it wasn't a bad, I don't feel anything. It was just, I'm kind of glad because I thought that was never going to end.
Yeah.
And it did. And I'm happy about that part. It's all over.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
Something happened.
God, what happened?
Okay, so, all right, I don't know what you believe in, but when people die and have come back, like near-death experiences, a lot of these people say, I saw a review of my life, my whole life, everything I ever did.
My whole life flashed before my eyes.
It did, yeah, but in real, it's not in real time because it would take another 80 years or whatever, but it happens really fast. And so the other day I say, well, if that's going to happen, I want to call a full stop timeout. And I want to talk to myself. And so I did timeout and I looked up here and I'm like, dude, I hope you're really old. I hope we did okay. We got to talk about a couple things. Do I get over? How do I get past? How do I start? I got to know. And so I started having these conversations with myself, right? When I'm dead. Hopefully that's a long time. And so the last one I only had a couple of these, but I said, hey, and tell Ashley, I said, hi. And no shit. I've never talked back to myself. I said, she's right here. Just like that. And I got chills all over my body. And it was just the most natural, like you can't see her. And she's right here. It was really cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I do genuinely believe in that stuff because I have so many times, and this is kind of like that, but reversed. I'll have so many times in the present where I will be coping through something that I experienced as a child. And I'll be like sitting here meditating and going back to my childhood self, like where I remember like feeling really big. And I almost just did it right now, but where I remember feeling really, really big and heavy and difficult emotions, and I will, sit with myself during those
Oh,
things,
wow,
and
that's
I'll
badass.
I'll hold myself, I'll comfort myself, I'll really be there for myself. Because there were so many times when like I remember like there was this little boiler room in my parents' old house where I always used to hide in because it was concrete. And it was just it was a very like sensory experience. The smell, the feeling of the heat, the concrete on my feet, like there was like papers in there, so it kind of just smelled like paper. Like it was kind of just like a deprivation chamber of sensory overload. And I would just go in there when I was overwhelmed, and I would just remember crying and crying and crying and crying and feeling, like somebody was with me in those moments, whether that be God, whether that be my higher self, my future self, right? So, I do believe, and this may make me sound cuckoo bananas to some people, but I do believe that time is not linear whatsoever.
Right.
I do believe that,
well, time may be linear, but it can speed up and slow down.
I don't believe that time is linear, period.
Okay.
So I do really, really believe that in those moments of me being a child, struggling by myself, that there was a version of myself there with me, helping me through it.
I believe that too. And I say, I get hung up on the linear thing because I think we invented time.
Yeah, exactly.
Time. That's really cool. That's really, really cool stuff.
Because how else did I even get through everything that I went through?
Yeah,
there has to, like, I feel like, because I went through such visceral, like, negative stuff, that, like, there had to have been something else there. Whether that be God, whether that be me, whether that be who knows.
I think it's a badass idea. It may very well have been you. It may very well have been. And maybe I shouldn't be talking to my dead self.
Well, I mean, I think there's something to be said about you asking your higher self or your older self those types of questions and you getting a response.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about that, because that means there is a version of you that's doing that in the future, or like the future, right? There's in a different timeline, or like however you want to look at it, right? In space and time somewhere, there is an older version of you, and I know you, and this is probably something you would still do in the future, is talk to you, going through a really hard time, going back and being like, hey, Bill, let me tell you some things,
True. Yeah, that's true.
You would definitely do that to yourself.
Yeah, I would. That's really true. So that happened, and that was a cool thing. I like that you shared that. That's really cool.
Not to get super metaphysical, but I think too it's also just very like therapeutic to do anyways. Like you talking to your future self, me talking to my past self. Like I think regardless of, the legitimacy of it, it's just really, I think, therapeutic.
I think we create our own legitimacy sometimes. You create your own reality to a large degree, and I think I think we're going to find out that we create a lot of things. And one of those things is we create outcomes for ourselves, like with vision boards and shit like that. Here's why.
Oh, I had my vision board in there, but I think I threw it away.
When Ashley showed up on the podcast in February after she died, remember that one? When I said she was a vampire, and she was like, no, I'm not, and I'm dead. All of our thoughts are electromagnetic waves, right? So they exist. They're measurable. I mean, we can control computers now with our minds, right? Elon Musk has a company that can do that. So when we think, those are actual tangible things we're creating, and they're going out into the universe, and they exist, and they keep going forever because they're waves, and they keep waving.
Well, I mean, like, look at, what law of relativity is it? What's in motion stays in motion.
Mm-hmm.
And energy cannot be destroyed, essentially. Created or destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So we are energy. Our bodies are
energy.
Time. We're all full of atoms just vibrating all the time.
Yeah.
And if energy cannot be destroyed, right? Because where does all of that energy go?
Here's what we don't know anything about, and we don't want to get into cosmology, but black holes, we just don't know what goes on inside of that.
Stephen Hawking had a pretty good idea.
No, what he said was a black hole can evaporate.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. But we feel like information is never destroyed. We just don't know. But my point is, as long as there's, the universe exists, those things are still there. And we talked about this with, you and I didn't talk about this. You're kind of, are you into astrology a little bit?
I love astrology.
All right, here's the thing. I think the older I get and the more I learn, the more I believe in the theory of astrology and the fact that people are getting some really interesting input that makes a whole lot of sense because it's true.
Yeah.
And here's why, I think.
Well, it's the oldest science in the world.
Well, it is. It's not the oldest profession, though. Um, I think it's true because one thing that's important, correct me when I'm wrong, is in astrology, your time of birth, in addition to your day, all that stuff.
Your location.
There you go. That's exactly what I was looking for. Because stars move. We all know how that goes. They were all set at a certain point in time. And at your place, wherever you were born, I believe that we can kind of unwind events going forward like a cone. You know, you can't get them all, but you got a pretty good shot to get the first few, and then you branch out from there. If we can get back to the starting point.
Yeah.
There and then that's just a future, you know, travel.
Well, if you want to talk a little bit about astrology, we can look at it. It's basically essentially a study of patterns. What was happening in the world when the stars and the planets and the moons were all aligned in this specific order, right? Right now, we just ended a 16-year cycle. Think about where you were in 2008, right?
Sucked.
We just ended a 16-year cycle of that.
Oh, 2008 was really good, actually.
So whatever you were going through from 2008 until now, or whatever life lessons you were learning from then until now, that cycle has changed because Pluto went from being in Capricorn for the last 16 years to now moving into Aquarius.
Thank you, Pluto.
And the last time we saw this kind of thing happen was when there was, you know, historically revolutions.
Do you know what, though? If you're telling me I don't have to relive the last 16 years, that's awesome to me. The last 16 years sucked ass for me.
Same. Absolutely. Me too. And
with the exception of 2008.
It's good for you and me too, because you're a Leo. I'm an Aquarius. This shift and this transformation is the last Hail Mary of, okay, get your shit together, because this is what this transit is all about. It's like getting our shit together and doing what's best for our highest good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And I think that that's true.
My shit's getting together.
Yeah.
It's getting got.
So basically astrology, you know, looking at, there's also astrocartography where you can look at your chart and look at where in the world you would be most successful, where you'd find love, just where you'd make the most money. All of these things based on the house in your, like, based on your chart, your natal chart. You can map out where in the world you belong.
The more I learn, the more I believe that there's a lot of truth to it. I think we don't quite understand how it all works, and I think there's a whole lot more information that we could access that we just haven't figured out how to yet.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned houses. Did you mention houses?
Mm-hmm.
So have you watched Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not those types of houses.
They don't have houses. What?
And Game of Thrones do have houses, but not those types of houses.
No. It made me think of. Yeah.
Should we get into the question for today?
Yeah, let's go. Question for today is: how in the world could building be so cool?
What is it like for you going through the seasonal changes in both weather and daylight? I am going to be of the dissenting opinion, I think, of most people. I am a big fan. I'm a big fan of this time of year because I get to wake up and I get to see the sunrise while I'm still getting ready, right? Like I get in the car and I get to see the sunrise. And then I also get to see, I'm on my way to work, I get to see the sunrise. I'm on my way back, I get to see the sunset. Sunrises and sunsets are my two favorite things in the entire world. And I am now in the time period where I get to see both of them driving into work every day, which is great because sometimes I miss it. Like when it's not this time of year and it's like summer, you know, sometimes I'm inside, sometimes I'm doing other things and I don't get to watch the sunset. I don't get to see the sun come up, right? So it's just really exciting for me personally. I hate this time of year though, because I get really bad seasonal depression because I'm already low in vitamin D and that doesn't help, but I love the sunset, sunrise.
Thank you for everything you just said, because we have witnesses. That's was like being in a relationship for me, because this woman literally just said, I hate it and I love it. This is my favorite time of year and I hate it with every fiber of my being. So I get it. I get the sunsets. You know what that is? That's a really cool thing to be appreciative for.
Yeah, I think it's just, for me, it's very important to put a positive spin on a negative thing in my life. Like notoriously, every terrible thing that has happened happens around this time of year. My birthday, Christmas, the holidays are not very fun times for me. What used to be really fun times for me are now no longer very fun times for me. So, you know, it gets kind of depressing. So I gotta look at the positives. Good food, sunrises, sunsets. You know, I can wear beanies.
Okay, Sunrise Sunset made me think of Fiddler on the Roof, and that made me think of plays, and that made me think of an idea that my friend Melissa had, and I told you about it. You didn't comment on it. She said, "What if you had conjoined twins?" Because we were talking about it, and one of them was neurotypical, and one of them was not. I'm like, that is a great idea for.
That's like what it's like living in a house with people who don't believe in mental illness.
Yeah, be a great idea for a comic strip, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
or even a show.
Yep.
You have to sit in therapy with your conjoined twin.
I keep wanting
And
to
then they're like venting about it, like, man, this OCD is just really kicking my ass.
and
And then the neurotypical's like, dude, just get over it.
do it.
Move the damn chair. Put it correct.
That's what the left arm's always doing. The right arm puts something down, the left arm moves it.
And like for me, it's like, take the damn medicine, Amanda. Jesus. And then I'm here like, I freaking can.
Put it up.
Just do
Give
it.
it to me, I'll stuff it down your throat.
Hey, there we go. That would actually be really beneficial to me.
Yep.
That food's not going to make you sick. Yes, it will. I'm going to eat it. Like one part of you is a vegetarian and the other part
Yeah,
isn't.
exactly.
Oh, Lord. That'd be really funny.
So I'm sorry I interrupted you though.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. I don't really care.
So we were talking about how much this time of year sucks.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
When I grew up, I loved it because it meant snow could come, and I love snow. And I never used to get cold. And the older I get, the colder I get. I hate it. I hated last year. It was the worst year I've ever had in the winter, just for seasonal affective disorder. I don't think I had that. I think I had seasonal affective. This fucking sucks, and I'm pissed about it.
Seasonal affective dis fucking sucks.
I'm not sure that's in the DSM, but it should be. And this year I was
The dis
dreading.
fucking sucks manual.
Yeah, exactly. And I was dreading it this year, and I will do so much better, I think, with 4 more hours of daylight every fucking day.
See, that's the thing about it is though, like, I have this thing, and maybe it's just about reframing and like a perspective shift, because I thrive when it's dark outside because it makes me feel like it's nighttime, which makes me feel like I don't got to do shit.
Okay.
You know, because when there's more daylight, I feel, and maybe this is just like a imposter syndrome productivity thing, but when I'm inside and it's light outside and it's nice outside, I get mad at myself. Like I beat myself up. Like, why are you not outside right now? Why are you not doing something? Why are you not going and living your life?
Yeah.
However, when it gets dark at like 5:30, I can be in the house watching TV, sloth mode, and not feel bad about it.
You'd be a good farmer.
Maybe that's an industry I need to roll into.
Maybe, I don't know anyone in the farming industry.
I do. Well,
Do they have a
sort of.
pickup truck? Oh.
They do.
So yeah, I don't like it. And if I move, and I don't have to live here because I had to live here because well, my wife lived here. We had a kid.
Are you saying you're gonna move?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that
You could if you wanted to.
I could if I wanted to.
But I'll be mad at you.
And well, I'm permanently mad anyway. But overall, you love me. So, but I'm infuriating sometimes.
Don't tell me how I feel.
Exactly. Take words out of my mouth. That's the 3rd time you snapped at me today. It's really the 2nd.
You're so dramatic.
I know.
There's
They're not like
the
they used to
3rd.
be.
There's the 3rd.
Oh, hush up.
I'm not actually snapping at you. I am just being funny.
I used to be a crybaby.
You did?
Yeah. Did you ever see me cry?
I've seen you cry a bunch this year. I've seen you cry more this
Well,
year than I've ever seen
okay,
you
but that's
cry
not being
ever.
a crybaby.
That's just grief.
That was appropriate.
This is grief doing its thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean you used to be a crybaby? You used to be mad. You used to be kind of mean, actually. You used to be
What?
way meaner than you are now.
Say that again.
Just
That's
kidding,
not
never
true.
mind.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I was just kidding. No, you're way meaner now than you used to be.
Yeah, that's true. That's just because. Is that true?
I think so.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just because we got more comfortable with each other. You
Oh.
feel like you can be an asshole to me now.
To you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to be mean to you. I thought you just meant people in general.
No, I think that it's just when you're in moods. I mean, I get in moods too, so I can be really mean to you also. So
Well, my mood.
I think that just proves that we have comfortability with each other.
We do have that comfortability.
Because we can be an asshole to each other, and then we'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" the next day, and we'll be like, "No hard feelings."
Same day, yeah.
The same day, right? 2 seconds later.
Well,
Hey, what's up?
and you know what? And I pay for what I get from you, and that's paying for it sometimes. And what I get from you though is is something I can't get from most people, and that's you tell me the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you know, you do. You tell me I can't sing. You told me I need to come to work more. And those are important things.
Yeah, I think I'm learning every day to be more vocal and use my voice. I think that Evan has taught me a lot in that perspective, because there's so many times where I'm just like, dude, I just can't say it. Like, I can't say the thing I want to say. And he's like, I wish that I could say what I want to say when I want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he struggles with, having a speech impediment. And so the gift of speech is actually something that like we take for granted a lot.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah. And like when he gets really anxious, it's hard for him to speak. And so like I'm trying to be a lot more vocal and stand up for myself a lot more because I can and I have that ability.
You know what you have, and you know what he has been, and fill in the blanks. He's been pretty amazing at helping you to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been great.
And that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
I like Evan.
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg. Yep. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm having a girls' day tomorrow with my friend Maureen.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be really fun.
How's Meredith? That's Maureen's sister.
Yes, Meredith. Actually, she literally just texted me, so we'll have to see what she's doing, and what she's up to. But she's doing good. She's getting married.
What?
Yeah.
Meredith is?
Yeah, she's engaged.
Good
And
for
she does
her.
get married.
Man, she was 8 the last time I saw her.
Yeah, she was young. We both were.
Yep. But not the last time I saw you.
That's true.
This is right now.
Okay.
Well, okay,
I'm
technically,
still young.
you are. Would the last time I saw you be right now, or would it be when I was in your office earlier?
Probably not now. If you like look away, that's the last time you saw me.
You're okay, there it is. Well, it just happened again. Oh my God, I'm busy.
Oh.
So what's girls' day? What are you gonna do? Are you going to?
We're going to. Yeah, go ahead.
Giraffe.
No.
I watched that video yesterday.
That was funny.
You're like,
So,
you did.
I got so shocked that I was trying to send a shockwave through my body.
I'm not even kidding you guys. He's blew my
Oh, I literally tweaked out. That was so funny.
Oh man. Okay, so what are you gonna do for your girls' day out?
We're gonna go to what is it called? A thrift store.
Oh, I love thrift.
I think we're gonna go to a record store.
Love
We're gonna
record
go
stores.
get a little brunch, maybe a little coffee shop action.
Like brunch.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do all the cute Saturday things that one does.
You know what would be a good record store to go to?
Hmm.
Like the cutest dog ever. I would like to go there and see that one.
What?
What? Oh, you mean like LPs and EPs and such?
Yeah, what were you talking about?
Guinness Book of World Record store.
Got it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
World's Tallest.
That
Museum.
exists though, right?
It does.
Guinness Book of World Records
Museum.
Museum.
When I was younger, I sent a letter to Ringling Brothers and I asked them if I could be the world's tallest midget, and they did not write me back. I told them I was 5'4" and I was growing.
Hmm.
That was.
Dang.
That was. You know how tall I am now?
No, like 6 foot.
Exactly 6 feet.
Wow.
How much I weigh? Be careful.
I don't know. Skinny legend over here. You never know.
There you go. Just kidding. Imagine. I weigh exactly Banana Republic medium. Thank you.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, for
But I'm
what?
gaining weight.
Oh, good.
No. Guess what I made? I made creme brulee. I made 2. What do you call it when you make them? I made 2 outfits or
you-
2 buckets or
Sure.
2. Shit. I don't know the word.
You baked.
Yes, twice on 2 separate occasions. And so the first time I made creme brulee. Do you know what creme brulee is?
Yes.
Okay. And
It's like a souffle. Yes.
it's like a custard.
Okay.
And I ate it all. And there's 320 grams of fat in it, and that's a month worth of fat.
Saturated or?
Oh yeah, because it's heavy whipping cream. And then I made it again, and I ate it again,
Well, it's good.
but not all of it yet.
You need those calories. With how much you walk, you need to be eating probably like
How much what?
how much you walk.
Mhm.
Are you still walking a lot?
It's calmed down, but
Oh, that's good.
I'm averaging 13,500 for the year, so that's good.
Well, yeah, I think that that means you need to eat a little bit more to make up for all the calories you're burning by walking.
So I made and it's delicious. It's like it's amazing, and there's a very little sugar in it.
You
It comes from the heavy whipping cream.
no sugar, but tons of fat.
Tons of fat. But it's really good stuff. And I'm a good baker. Is that baking? That's baking.
That's baking. Yes, I wouldn't take you for a baker.
Have I ever made dinner for you or anything?
Bill the baker? No,
Baker Bill. No,
never
we
had
haven't
any of
food
your creations.
Hmm.
I don't think you've had any of mine. I do have my specialty. I don't know. I don't remember if I brought it to a Christmas party one time, but my cherry jubilee.
yet. Really? Do you light that on fire?
No.
You're supposed to. No.
Why?
Are you sure? I think Cherry's Jubilee is supposed to be on fire.
Well, just because it's called Cherry's Jubilee doesn't mean it's by the book of Cherry's Jubilee. It's just what my family calls Cherry Jubilee.
Oh, I got
It's
you.
basically like a
It's
pineapple.
kind of
cherry.
like what my family called Christmas.
It's basically like a cherry pineapple upside down cake.
Does it have extra cherries on it?
No.
And you make this from home at your home where you do
Mhm.
this?
I might bring it into the Christmas party just so everybody can have some.
I think that'd be fantastic. Did I ever make
Very
you a grilled
good.
cheese sandwich?
No, you've never made me
I made
anything.
Mary one, and she agreed it was the best in the world. I
Oh,
think
yeah?
the best of that, yeah. And I make really good cinnamon toast.
You know what? I'm kind of offended.
Why?
We've known each other for 6 years now, and
Have
you've
we?
never made me anything.
We met when I was 8. That doesn't seem right. I'm 57. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
It's almost my birthday.
You have the heart of a 30-year-old.
I do. I know. It's in the trunk of my car.
You said it's
Don't
almost.
tell the police.
You said it's almost your birthday. No,
Yeah.
the fuck, it's not.
It's 7 months from Christmas.
Oh my gosh, it's almost my birthday, actually.
So it is. You're almost February.
What day?
Don't look at me like that when you ask.
I couldn't tell you the day of your birthday. I
That's
just know it's in
okay.
July.
12.
Close.
Oh shit! I know it's February 16th.
Yeah.
I'll
there
never
you
forget
go.
that again. I know exactly why I'll never forget that again. You
Why?
know why? Because I found out on February 15th from Ashley's mom.
Oh yeah. And I got a phone call the morning of my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
We'll get that. That sucks. It wasn't for me.
No.
I didn't do that.
I'm kind of mad about.
I didn't know what to do, dude. I
Just
did
kidding.
not
I'm
know
just
what to
using,
do.
that was not your responsibility.
When
I'm
she
totally
told
just
me,
fucking with you.
I was like, tomorrow's Amanda's birthday. Oh fuck! And then,
It was a really hard day for me.
then
My birthday's never very good, but that one really took the cake.
that's what Harrison says. Well, I mean, when he talks to me, because we used to, his birthdays weren't very good. That made me. It's not cool.
Well, what
It's
did you
hard.
ever do for his birthday? Did you ever do anything for his birthday?
Tied him to the tree in the backyard. Yeah, I thought we did, but it's a really good lesson in that things land the way they land. And just because I perceive them one way doesn't mean that that's the way they were accepted or taken.
Facts. And, I think there's something to be said about, like, if you have children, ask what they want.
There's a lot to be said for that. And it's not just with kids. Tell me what you would like. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to say, I don't know. And it's okay to say,
Fair.
I don't know what you need when you need something.
Mhm.
That's okay too.
Which is me all the time. I never know what I want, what I need. Oh, I got a new washer.
You
Finally.
You did?
My washer's been broken for a month, and I finally got a new washer, thank God. And they charged me twice for it. So I was out like $1,000.
Did you get it back?
I did get it back.
Or did you think you'd be another washer?
That'd be nice. No, they didn't.
Do you have an oven?
I do have an oven.
Does it have a drawer at the bottom?
Yes, mine does.
Is it the most ridiculous, stupid ass drawer you've ever had in your life?
No, I love it.
Mine doesn't work. It's like clunk, clunk, clunk. And
Yeah, all under oven drawers are like that. You really just have to pull it and push it in a very specific way, but I have mastered the art. I've been around enough ovens to know the art of taking out the bottom drawer.
I was trying to explain this and it wasn't landing right. I think they do that shit on purpose because ovens are really highly engineered machines. And I think there's a rule that you have to have a drawer if you have an oven. And they're like, well, fuck all y'all then. Oh, here you go.
With the
Here's your
shoddiest
drawer.
fucking door
Exactly.
ever.
Yep.
That's funny.
This is the bare minimum we could do.
This is just the leftover scrap pieces of what made
Exactly.
what we
It's
used for the oven.
And all the shit you put in it is going to end up under your oven behind it anyway. So good luck with it. Yeah. Why do you have a Michael Jordan? What is that? What is this? Story time.
Oh yeah, Evan won that from the from art show. I just forgot to bring it home to him. So
I met Michael Jordan.
did you really?
I sure did. I interviewed him.
You interviewed Michael Jordan?
I
How
sure
have you
did.
just now told me about this? What the fuck?
I told you I used to do that.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you interviewed the Michael fucking Jordan.
I told you I interviewed everybody that was anybody, and you could have put him in there. Yeah. He was one of the scariest things I ever saw in person was Michael Jordan playing basketball. He was playing against the Dallas Mavericks, and I was covering the Mavericks for ESPN that night. And I was sitting on the front row because it was pretty empty. It was late in the game. So I was this far from the court, like you and me are the court. Or you're the court, and I'm sitting down. And you're right. And so I don't remember who's guarding Michael Jordan, or Michael Jordan's guarding the point guard, bringing the ball up the court for the Dallas Mavericks. And they went right past me, about as close as you are to me. And I remember looking at Jordan, and he was just harassing the dude, not trying to get the ball, just fucking with him. And he was so fast and so intuitive and so anticipatory. It made me go, "Oh shit, that's scary."
This dude's a monster.
Yeah, he was. It was incredible, and he was a dick too. Not so much to me, but just
Yeah, you have to be. You have to be aggressive
Yeah,
on the field, you know?
yeah, he wanted to win
On the field, on the court.
court, whatever. Same way on the golf course for him. But yeah, and so when I was doing that shit, I covered the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Mavericks and the Texas Rangers, and I was living with some guys that were in my fraternity when I was in college, and so I would come home from a game, and we would see if my hand was on ESPN on SportsCenter. For the microphone.
You've lived a full life, huh?
Not yet. Don't say that. A couple things I have to do.
Yeah.
One of them,
I wish I was
on
to
TV.
be on ESPN. My life has been literally a drop in the bucket compared to that.
Well, you're 29. But I had done all that by the time I was 25.
Yeah, exactly, bitch.
But now I do nothing.
Hey, you earned it.
Right? I got to get back to doing something. Life's more fun.
Well, hopefully we can.
Today was fun. That was nice this morning. What we got to do.
It was.
Maybe
Hopefully we'll
something
get you
come out
back
of
in
that.
here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
First, we'll sit you down and read your emails.
Fuck. Come on, you want to see how many I have?
Yeah, I'd love it. Let's do exposure therapy for Bill right now.
Bill has exactly. I didn't say on there.
99 plus.
I have it's like 5,000 something.
Here.
It's crazy.
Oh wait, there's just so many. It just says 99 plus.
It's on my computer. It says, and it's several thousand. And
Well, a lot of that is just me talking shit. So.
So somehow I saw the one from Omos. Let me see if they wrote me back because that would be a very happy thing for me. Talk about something. I wasn't looking correctly. I was looking to see if it was open, and I have not opened it yet. I'm better sometimes with my mouth shut.
Look at me with my very clear inbox. No new messages. I read them all.
Are you going to facilitate any this year, next year?
No.
You done with
I
that?
have no plans to, and I really don't feel like it. Why? Did you want to do something together?
Oh, I would do that.
I would
For
only
$3,000?
I would only do that if it was offered here
We could do
in
that.
the building.
We could do that. I've done that before. We could do that.
It's the only way I'd do it.
What if it was next door?
Mm,
Literally next door, across the street.
I don't know.
What if I got you a Sherpa and they carried you across the street and back? What if I got you a Syrah?
I just feel like we'll talk about this off air. but-
Okay. Am I in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble.
Okay. Sometimes when we have to talk off air, it's because I'm in trouble about something.
Yeah.
What am I doing this weekend?
What are you doing this weekend, Bill?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I don't know.
Oh,
I wish I did. Remember,
very anticlimactic, that.
I know, right? But I get the question too. Did we answer the question of the day about how much I hate living here when it's
Yeah. Where would you rather be right now?
Oh shit. I'd rather be in Nice. That's in France. It's chilly there.
Ooh,
But
I'd
you-
rather be in Greece.
You can go to Italy if you want. Go to Monaco. Everything's expensive in Monaco, but it's really nice. What else you got?
I think that's it for me.
What are you gonna do for Thanksgiving?
Nothing.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do for Thanksgiving.
Well, we have Thanksgiving here on Tuesday.
I'll be here for that.
We're gonna do games and fun stuff all day.
I brought Melissa to Thanksgiving.
You gonna do that again?
No,
No, hold on.
not this year.
It'll be fun.
I know. I'm gonna bring my new family this year.
Okay. Just yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's about it. Yep. You know what though? Even I don't put up with me all the time. Sometimes I don't listen to myself.
Same. I totally feel that.
No, but okay. Let's just jump back to facilitate together. That's a big commitment. That's a heavy lift. It's 40 hours and 40
Yeah.
hours in a row.
Yeah, but it's money I need, so
It's good money.
it's very true.
But if we didn't do that, and I would love to do that with you. I think we'd do great at
It'd
it.
be a great team.
We would do great at it. But if we didn't do that, I would love to facilitate something else. What if we actually put together something for the NAPS conference or something, and then we went?
You mean I put something together for the
No,
next
I mean,
conference and you were just kind
I'm
of
gonna
there?
work this year, next year.
Well, if you want to throw something together, we could. I think it's important.
We've got good stuff.
We have tons of good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I saw that you're facilitating a class.
Yes.
That's really cool.
A bouncer's class if you want to join Monday evenings.
I need that.
If you can hop in right after your class.
It's at 2:30, 2:45?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boundaries are hard for me.
hmm
Jeez.
Next week, we are talking about the first week. It was really cool. I did this really fun activity where I had everybody write down what they struggled with on a scrap piece of paper and throw it at this dry erase board I brought in. So just take the struggle that you have with your boundaries and just chuck it at this board.
Mhm.
So it was really fun.
I love that.
And then I picked it up off the ground and like read what we all struggled with, and it was very a lot of it was, very similar.
Yeah.
And then I turned around the dry erase board, and then it said the thing that I like, the quote that I like, that boundaries are not about controlling another person's behavior. It's about changing what you tolerate.
Yep. Dude, I believe that taking some kind of position over your fear or the things that are troubles for you, even in a way as a tangible way, like writing it down and then wadding it up and throwing it, that's taking power over that. I think that's really cool stuff. So is burning a letter or tearing it up.
And that's why I did it. I just thought it was like a fun
I think
activity.
it's a great idea.
And then
it's really cool.
this week, this upcoming week, we're going to be talking about how boundary violations make us feel. And then so I'm going to do like a body mandala with everybody on like, where do you feel it in your body? What does it look like? What is the name? How does it feel? And then we're going to go over like quick coping tactics and like skills that we can utilize in the class if things get too rough.
I thought of something before that. I was thinking about this interview this morning, last night, and I was thinking, why the things that we do here that are not mental health related are important. Things like pickleball or taekwondo or
mind to muscle, man. It's all about that grounding, all about that bringing yourself back home to yourself.
I think that's part of it, but I also think that those are tools in our toolbox, and I think that.
And you're learning. I think learning in general makes you feel good.
It does. It makes me feel good anyway. I can speak for myself on that one. But I think that we're selling ourselves short on tools because let me see if I can flesh this out a little bit. Everything that we do is a tool that we use, and some hurt us and some help us. But the people that work with tools take their toolbox to work every day. And so what I'm thinking is what we're doing here are tools. Open mic is a tool. People came, it got people out of their houses that may not have gotten out of their house otherwise.
Yeah.
It's kind of an invisible tool. As my friend Jonathan says, it's the medicine and the mashed potatoes, right? We're learning, we're being fed. We don't even know that. And so those are the tools that we get here, and we kind of live like a community that's living a normal life. I'm going to the recovery center today because I have an art class, and then, I have improv or something. And those are the tools that we have here in the building. And then when people are ready to leave, we give them the tools to take home, things like the 8 dimensions of wellness, the RAP plan, all of those, things that we think of as mental health tools.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a blessing, and I think it's really badass that we get to do things that improve our mental health here that we don't even think are related to mental health because it's the medicine and the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. And along those lines, with you facilitating the boundary class, somebody asked me if I was going to facilitate, and it wasn't oh, she can do it, you can do it too. It was what Amanda is probably doing. I can't speak for you. Amanda may be doing that because it's something that is going to help her too. And that's one cool thing about this place is I could put together a class on whatever I need. I did that one time a year ago on budgeting. And then, I didn't take my own advice, but I just flame out.
I think
that's all I got.
So somebody asked you why you weren't doing the boundary class? Why I was
No. Someone said, "Hey, are you going to facilitate again?"
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it, and I didn't know that you were doing that. Why are you doing the boundary stuff? Why'd you pick boundaries?
We needed a 2:45 class for Mondays.
Fair.
And I was going to actually do a different class. And it was the Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents.
Let's do
guided journal. I just thought I want to go through that workbook first before I teach a class on it because I don't want to. I want to know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I decided boundaries instead because it's easy for me to talk about. It's easy for me to teach about because I've done it so many times. It's not easy for me to put forth in my own life, obviously.
No kidding.
But it is something that I'm very passionate about, that I'm still learning. And I think we're all constantly learning. And so it is something that, I did not only for myself, but to help other people feel empowered And that's what I told him for the first class. I was like, I want, if you walk away with anything, I just want you to, feel empowered after this class to use your voice.
Mm-hmm.
It might be messy. It might be not perfect. It might be not by the book that we're going to be using. But at least you're using your voice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Did you think about taking 2 copies of the other book that you're not teaching and just leaving them at your parents' house?
I've sent my mom the book. I told her to read it.
You know what? You have not talked about your mom in a long time. So maybe that's an indication that something is working that you've done.
Yeah, just not really talking to her very much. Keeping her at arm's length.
Well, that's a boundary.
Yeah. Got to do it. And I think that me standing by that and by constantly, I have to constantly redirect her every conversation. And I think by doing that, it's really helpful for her to know what her place is, because there was a time where we didn't talk and she doesn't want us to go back to not talking. So she's going to stand in line.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Just sucks that I have to be in this position. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. But it is what it is,
I was watching a movie the other day and somebody got cut pretty badly and they glued it together with Gorilla Glue. And I was like, oh, goddamn. Dan Stoddard on TV.
Yep, it's probably where we learned it from.
Probably. Yep. And I'm like, did that work? And you're like, yep.
Sure did.
Yep. So
I think all the stuff
that
I think all the stuff that I saw growing up like that, that's just the breadcrumbs building up to my OCD. To my OCD bakery.
My OCD bakery. That was really cool what you read. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Of course it's in my head. It's all in your head. That was the name of the play that American Legacy Theater rehearsed here. It's all in your head.
I like that. I really like the last line of that piece. It said, and let me see if I can remember it. It's all in your head. Well, of course it is. I had to live there to be safe.
Yep, that's what you said. I heard that.
And I thought, damn.
That
was one of those things where I wrote it. I said, damn, that's a bar.
Man, you know what? That's I really appreciate you sharing that story about you and being a little kid in your head. I'm gonna think on that one, because I do think that if I have any ability to help myself going forward with the things I'm struggling with, I will. The older me will do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm encouraged by that. I like it.
Yeah, it's just a really great mental reframe, and it's just a really great way to say that things may be hard now, but I know myself and I have faith in myself so much to know that I'm doing everything that I can to make it better for myself, and I know that in the future me is going to be doing the same thing, so there's no way I'm going to be able to fail.
Do you really feel like that?
Sometimes.
Man, good for you.
Yeah, I sometimes really do feel that way, because I think there's just something to be said about all the adversity that I have experienced in my life and my ability to be resilient throughout all of it, and to, and everything that I've done, I really had to do by myself.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody else there riding for me but me.
You know what's crazy? Even when you got hired here and we were working together a shit ton, I thought I was helping you and you were still having to do things by yourself. And I didn't know that, I think, but you've helped me come a long way and realizing, what's really happening around me, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Too, I think during that time specifically, and during my whole life, I didn't know how to even ask for help. My default setting was just do it, just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been my default setting, especially when it comes to my emotions. Just suck it up, get it done. Just suck it up, take care of it, move on. Which was really difficult for me to have friends and maintain, boundaries with friends and being able to lean on them in any way. Instead, I would be super passive aggressive. Why aren't you guys helping me? I'm clearly going through it, when I'm not vocalizing the fact that I'm going through it, just one of those things where a lot of that, me having to suck it up and do it myself, was a lot of my lack of knowledge of boundaries and lack of knowledge of what I'm allowed to ask from people, because I never knew that I could, never knew I had the ability to, and I never knew people would help me. And I didn't want to deal with the rejection of people not helping me if I asked.
How old were you when that started?
Oh, since before I could remember. Probably 4 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a riddle for you. Can I ask
Okay.
you a riddle?
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course.
It goes like this. A farmer had 30 cows and 28 chickens.
Okay.
How many didn't?
A farmer had this many cows and this many chickens. How many didn't?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't say that. I said a farmer had 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't? Don't put words in my don't put words in my riddle.
I thought that's what I thought I just repeated exactly what you said.
No, you didn't say. You said the word numbers. You said there's some number of cows and some number of chickens.
Oh, I just didn't remember. I have no idea. This does not make sense to my brain. I feel like I'm being gaslit.
No, so it goes like this. A farmer has 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many are left? And so someone asked me this, and I'm like, well, obviously it's not 10.
You said how many are left?
Yeah, or how many did not? How many did not? Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's what I was gonna say. How many
Yeah.
did not? Okay.
Farmer had 30 cows, 28 chickens. How many did not? Well, it means 20 cows, 8 chickens. So 10 cows did not eat a chicken.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. I get it now.
So, and
I like riddles like that. Just not when my brain's on the way that it is today.
and they asked me the question, and I said 10, and they're like, "What the hell? How? No one ever gets that." I'm like, "What do people say?" And I'm like, nothing. We got to have an answer. So I was asked to ask you. Most asked me to ask it to you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Ask it again.
Okay. A farmer had 30 cows
Hmm.
and 28 chickens.
Got it.
How many didn't? Pretty good, huh?
That is a good one. I like that. I like brain things like that.
I think I
I'm
have.
just not always good at them.
I think I have one more thing for you, but it was not a riddle. It was something. No, I wrote a riddle on my hand. We had a good conversation today.
We did. It was great. We almost talked for an hour too.
Hey, I really wish that we would be neighbors. I do. I don't know that could go any different way, but I don't agree with
We could talk about it.
with the reasoning. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out to the universe.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, have a good weekend.
You too.
Are we done? What time is it?
We're done.
Okay.
Yep. It's almost 4:00, so I'm gonna be stuck in traffic.
Yay! Come right home. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. What did we just talk about? Oh no. Am I in trouble?